Are we back? Hello, people. Oh, so we've had rain, a lot of rain, ice, and snow. And now all of a sudden today everything's melting and I think it's messing with the with my internet. So, I'm hoping that I'm back to stay. And if not, if we have huge issues, I'm going to do this as a regular pre-recorded, pre-recorded video to make sure that you guys get the information that was here. Now, because we went back and forth on off stream, on stream, live, not live, it's gonna process the whole introductory part separate from this video part. And so I need a little feedback. Like, do I leave the introductory part live? Is anybody gonna want to like rewatch that? But that's when I give all the information about my YouTube group, my Facebook group, and what my YouTube is about and all that stuff. So just let me know. I don't know if I should leave that like a two-part so people can see the intro. It's 2:15. We need to get a move on here, folks. So this is what we're doing today. We're making wobbles. Thank you everyone who hung around. We're down to only 17 watching, so I'm guessing I lost about half to two-thirds of my viewers. I apologize for that. Cheers to you guys who stuck it out. We're gonna get going. Now it looks to me as if my words and my face are not matching and that I'm a little bit blurry. So let me know if you're having any other issues and we'll get started. This was the original wobble that I made. And as you can see, it actually does really wobble. It's a little bit lopsided, but it's got a nice wobble to it. It's made out of, if I can turn it to the side here, it's made out of paper and wire and some foam tape. This just is not doing it for me. Am I missing a whole bunch of chat? Oh yay, I am back. Okay. Woo. Hi Deb and Bella and hello from Spain. Wow. I hope people are coming back. We completely lost internet access. That's what happened, and it was flickering on and off. It's out of my control. Totally out of my control. All the weather has just been so wacky. So we want to make these little wobbles so that things wiggle and interact on our cards, and they're super fun. Yay! Tracy is back. Kelly is back. Gretchen is here. Yes, my apologies for all that stuff. Now, here's what I wanted to tell you in the beginning, which is why I feel really kind of bad that the people that watch this archive now are going to miss the whole like intro, how I explain things. But I don't want to like go crazy and take up all your time with me blabbing. So get out your wire. This is a super thin one. I'm guessing around 24 gauge or so. The bigger the number, the thinner the wire. The smaller the number, the thicker the wire. So this one is much thicker than this one. Let's see if I can like see the difference. So I don't know if this one's like a 24 gauge, then maybe this one would be a 20 gauge. But here's the thing. I had an epiphany today, and I'm going to show you guys. Oh, yay! Sharon and the Cademans are all here. Thank you, guys. From the heart, seriously, thank you. I know how frustrating it can be, and I know a lot of people just walk away when stuff like that happens, so your being here means a lot to me. Now, like I said before, if we lose internet connection again, I will do this as a pre-recorded video so you get the information. Although live is so much more fun. And no, I've locked up again. Don't do this to me. Oh, it's so stressful. I'm going to make this so that everyone and anyone can do this, and if you don't have wire, you can do it too. So stick around. This one was made from wire. I'm going to show you how to do it. You just need a little piece of wire. This is not going to take the whole hour, so we are going to do some fun creative cards with this. Just cut off a little bit of wire. And for those of you who need to know exactly how much wire, I will let you know it's almost 4 inches. Yes, 4 inches of wire, give or take. Grab yourself a pencil of any width or a pen and just wrap that around 2 or 3 times. Seriously, like two or three coils, I guess you'd say, would be enough. You need a little bit of on top here, right here, of wire. Come on, camera. Work with me, baby, work with me. Right here, you need a little bit of extra wire here, and you need a little bit of extra wire on the top. Good Lord, what's wrong with this camera? There it is. Do you see how I've tucked that wire on the top and on the bottom so that I have that extra piece right there? Because that's where you're going to tape it down. So that's the whole point of that. Now, I'm going to do 2 of them, one with the thick wire and one with the thin wire, so you can get an idea of how this looks with how the wobble looks. So here's the thing. The only difference is that it's going to wobble less or wobble more depending on what kind of wire you use. So don't get all bent out of shape or worried about exactly what gauge your wire is. I did that in the beginning, and I thought, I have to tell everyone exactly what gauge wire we're using. Seriously, it's not that important. It's all about, like, what do you have? Like, focus, camera, focus. I know, right, Tommy? So let's just make 2, one with the thin wire and one with the thick wire, and I'll show you. Here's where we're going. Wrap that wire around. It's because it's trying to focus on the gator down below. It thinks this is much cuter. Just wrap it around 2 or 3 times. That's all you really need. Okay, and then slide it off. And then just make sure that you've got a little at the top here. Bend it in because you're going to want something for that tape to stick to. This is one of the reasons why I don't like doing it with the wire. But if you want to do it with the wire, this is how to do it. And there, I bent that side in too, so we could put a little piece of tape on it. That's really all you need. Now I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Like, if you want to use hot glue, you can try that. I have not found a super excellent way to get this to stay down, but for right now I'm going to use sticky tape, just so I can give you an idea of how this looks. Dun, dun, dun. I think we're going to just do it with a flower. Let's use this flower because, you know, this is going to come up in another video eventually. And I need a card base, which I have right here. I got a lot of card bases. Oh, I thought this one had purple in it, but it doesn't. Okay, let's skip that flower. Let's do something different. Oh, let's do this. That's going to look funny, isn't it? No, I think we can make that work. I have some more that I want to show you, but I had this whole thing planned out just so that I could show you how to do it with this wire. And then I found a way to do it with paper that I should have thought about way before because it's so much easier and so much more accessible to every and any crafter that's out there. I'm going to focus on that, but I do have to get the wire part out of the way because the wire is in all the pictures, right? Otherwise you'd be like, Jen, what are you doing? Now we want this to wiggle, right? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to bring you in. Oh, hallelujah. A few prayers. Thank you for this staying live while we work on this. Here's the skinny wire, okay? Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to rip that in half. All right. Need a little help from my friends. Okay. We're going to put this sticky tape underneath that extra flap of wire that I put there. If we could get it to come in. Anyway, that's the part that we're going to put down. And you need that sticky tape to go over the top of that extra flap of wire. I'm going to bring this in close to you as soon as I get this to go right. This thin wire is already bending out of whack, which is why I think the wire is not the best option. There we go. Okay, so do you see how on the bottom? Well, persnickety little guy. I have that tape over the top. We're going to do the same thing to this part right here on the top. See where the sticky tape is going to go underneath that little piece that we pushed in? Put the sticky tape on there, and that way you can flip it over and put it right onto your card and push it all the way down so that that sticky sits on there, and then just kind of pull it up a little bit. See, this is why I don't like the wire. This side is drooping and this side is sticking up. So the thin wire is not the best, but here's the wobble we get from that. It's just not my favorite, you guys. It's not. I pulled it back up. Okay, so thin wire, not so cool. Not my favorite. All right, let's pull that off. See, look at that, just like came apart. Let's pull that off, and let's do it with the thicker wire now. Same concept. Oh, but it's gonna get so much better than this. Stick around. I'm showing you what not to do first. Seriously. Okay, tape underneath that first wire. Okay? And that's the part that we're going to stick down to whatever it is that we want to wobble. I'm using the sticky tape because that seems to be the strongest holding tape I could find. Otherwise, the wire just comes right off. Oh, I got to get rid of this other darn thing I have here. There we go. Okay. And try to center it, right? Try to center it if you're going to use wire. So we get that down. There's the rest of our wire there. Okay, and you can see at the top that I still have that one little piece going across the top there. Is this making any sense? I feel like I'm talking in circles. Yes, Kelly says she's seen 28 gauge wire work much better. Gives you more of a wobble. But here's the thing, is this, I believe, is close to that gauge, and it's just frustrating to me. And my whole purpose of making videos is to make this easy on you guys. Oh, so I'm just hoping that this, you'll see what I mean in a moment. I'm going to put that tape underneath that last flap, and then this is going to go straight down onto my project. The tricky part is getting, where's my bone folder at? Tricky part is getting the tape underneath to stick down. So if you got a bone folder or a tool that you can get underneath there and get that to stick down, that's what you want. And then push yours down to how high you want it to stick up. All right. And now we've got some wobble there. See, but the wire just doesn't stay put. I just think that it's not my favorite. It's the tape. I don't know if I need to use glue, hot glue, but it wobbles, you know, it works. Okay, we got that out of the way. Here's what I really came to tell you today. Oh, yes, try your red-sided double tape too. It's not that this can't work, it's just that, meh. Cheers, guys. Here is a simple way that everyone can do it because we're all paper crafters and we all have paper sitting around our studio somewhere. We're going to use just paper to make our wobble. That's right, folks. Bring out your paper. Bring out your paper cutter. That's what I'm reaching for. My cutter. All right. Back me up. Back it up. This sheet of paper is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Ooh, duct tape. Good thinking. Cheers! I forgot to cheers you, sorry. Because everyone is familiar with what a card base looks like so that you can get that measurement out. This is what we're going to use. Excuse me. We're going to cut just 1/4 inch off the long side, so the 5 1/2 inch side. We're not going to use all of it, but just for the sake of being able to handle it pretty well, we're going to cut it at about, go 1/2 inch if 1/4 inch is too small for you, all right? First thing I'm going to do is line it up at the 4 and cut it off because I just want to make sure I'm measuring this right. I'm going to go in 1/4 of an inch and cut 1/4. You know what? Let's do 1/2 inch. Since we're live and we can change that, let's do 1/2 inch because I think that'll be easier for folks. It's wider, it's easier to handle. 1/2 inch strip, 1/2 inch strip. You just need two 1/2 inch strips at about, 5.5 inches long. We probably won't use all of it. And you've probably done this in kindergarten. You'll be like, oh, I totally did this in kindergarten. So here we go. We're going to put a little bit of glue right on the edge here. Alrighty. And this is the most important part, the very first one that you place. And I'll tell you why. Because we're going to flip over, kind of like, it's not really braiding, but it's sort of like braiding, okay? Make sure that this matches up with both sides of your paper as best you can. All right, so it makes a perfect T is what I'm saying. Okay, just like that. Give that just a second to dry because you don't want it falling apart on you in the middle of it. And then we're going to start the folding. So this one's going to fold up. If you've got your T going this way, or your upside down L, whatever you want to call it. This one to the right and this one going down. You're going to take the one on the bottom and you're going to put it all the way up. Like we're creating just a little square here. Make sure you line it up with your edges. The straighter it is, the easier it's going to be for you to put this together. Then take the one on the right and move it to the left. Always making sure that you stay square with the paper. Now, if you mess this up, you didn't really mess it up because it's still going to work. Because I did one super fast before and it still worked out. Take the one from the top, bring it down to the bottom. The one on the left, bring it over to the right. The one on the bottom, bring it up to the top. And so on. You're just going to keep folding one over the other for as tall as you want it to be. Now I want quite a few more, so I'm going to go all the way to the end of this. Now at this point, it's just easier for me to lift it up and to be able to continue going. Let me know in the comments if you just went, huh? So that I can redo that again. Okay? All right, and I'm going to go all the way until I don't have any more paper, and then I'm going to cut off the edges and I'm going to glue it down. If you are struggling, if you watched me do this and went, I don't get it, do not worry. I will do another one. I just need your feedback to let me know. Oh, 1 second here. Alrighty. Once you've got that done and you're down to these last two pieces, you're just going to put a little glue on there and glue it together. And I'm just going to hold the whole thing together so that I give that glue just a second to go. All right, and now you've got something that looks like this. It's like a little accordion thing. And if you watch, when you let go of that, it already makes a boing, boing, boing. Okay. So let's bring back our idea here. This is the card that I want to focus on to do this paper one. And all I did was take, I had this full A2 size paper here. Okay. And it was all the same color. But I wanted a little bit, oh, I got to back it out. I wanted to do a little bit of red to match this little gal. And these really cool freebies that you can print and use came from victoriathatcher.com. So if you're interested in using these for your planners or your paper art, go to victoriathatcher.com. And I hope that somebody will put that in there. If not, I can put that in there. victoriathatcher.com. And I want to use that for the wiggle, but I wanted to add in a little bit more red. And on the back side of this paper, this is a really fun tip. This double-sided paper, you see that I have some red? So I cut a piece of the red off. And then I cut the rest of it in half so that I can spread this in two. And I can put that red in the middle to make it look like I had an extra piece of paper that went through the center that brought out that red color. And then she's going to go in the middle like that. Okay, so like right now, I'm just going to go ahead and glue this down, and we're going to make this really quick card. These wobbles would work so great if you saw the live stream that I did on making paper clips, and I'll bring those back into view in just a second. You can use all the little animals and critters and stuff that you made for your paper clips to put on your wobbles. Oop. Weren't there were so many fun things in that victoriathatcher.com that are free, so check her out. They're amazing. Let's put that one down. And then we'll put that red one right in the middle. Kelly, Elise, and Esther, are you guys still in the group here? Please let me know. Yeah, we've got some spammers in here, and that's the job of the admins, is to block these people. I'm blocking on them as quickly as I can. I apologize that they are saying things that are inappropriate. It's going to happen. It's bound to happen. I booted Taffy's Crayon, and I also booted Rubber Baby Buggy Bumpers because they were being inappropriate. I need my moderators to bump them like right now. Like as soon as you see that nasty comment, just get rid of them. Yeah. So let's move on. We're going to glue this one down. And so you notice that the thicker paper you use, okay, it's going to be about that thick, which is like 2 layers maybe of 2 layers or 3 layers thick of maybe a foam tape. So if you want this to be oh no, okay. Thanks, Kelly. So Kelly and Esther don't have that option yet. I have to somehow add them. My bad. Totally my bad. I will work on that, but just for the option, well, hold on a second. Let me see if I can add you real quick here. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Oh, I need your YouTube thing. Okay, totally my user error. I will get to that right after we're done with this one. So I apologize. Right? ignore that business for now. Hopefully we won't get too many more in here. So I'm going to put this down where I want the wobble to go at first. What I wanted to say was if you don't want this to be so thick, use printer paper. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. All right. Now here's a trick. No, don't glue that down yet. I forgot to tell you the trick. You want to put glue on the bottom and you want to put glue on the top. And here's why I forgot about this part. Put your wobble on the back of your whatever you want to wobble. Okay? And then because you never know if this is going to be straight on, then you want to put your wobble down, flatten it out, and twist to make sure that it stays straight. Okay, I want her at the top of the wobble to be like that. So that probably totally didn't make any sense, did it? So when I let go of the wobble, she stands up and she's straight. And look at the wobble you get with just that paper. It's incredible. I love this. It's sturdy. It's glued on there. It's not going to come off. And when you push it down, you can still mail it. I'm moving to see how thick it is. Okay. And it's got incredible wobble. And look at that. It's all made out of paper. You don't have to buy any special wire. You don't have to be super excellent at it. And this one's like super tough. So let me show you one that I did right before I came on here when it hit me that this would be better than wire and a lot more accessible to a lot more to a lot more people who don't have special wire and stuff. Here's one I did with a bee. This one I used the same kind of paper, but look, I did 1/4 of an inch instead of a 1/2 inch. I'll show you. Can you see the difference? For sure. 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch. Okay, and now look at this little guy. He wobbles like crazy, but he's sturdy, and he's not going to fall off, and he's glued there, unlike the wire, which if you don't get the wire glued on, it's just going to come off. But this is not going to, and it's going to just wobble back and forth, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited about that because it's crazy. And you get super, super popped up, crazy lift, but yet it still smashes down that you can mail these. It's crazy fun. Oh my gosh, I hope you guys all try this out. It's just so much fun. My apologies, Kelly. I should have realized that I needed to add you before. So I've gotten rid of 3 of the trollers. I hope that's all we get. But you know, the more and more people that you get in, the more and more spammers and trollers and creepy people you're going to get in. So we'll just get rid of them as fast as we can. I'll fix the issue that I have in adding Kelly as well as Esther into being moderators. Once I add you, then you'll always be a moderator, so it won't be an issue. Cheers. So, okay, let's go back over that for the people who just came in, or for anyone who missed it. Instead of using the wire, save your wire because there'll be other things that we can do with that. Don't pitch it. Grab a piece of paper that's 5.5 inches long. So now that we know, we can do the 1/2 inch one is going to look like this one. Okay. 5.5 inches by 1/2 inch. The other one is 1/4 of an inch by 5.5 inches, but I didn't even use all the 5.5 inches on this one. I stopped when I thought it was tall enough. And look, when you add googly eyes, it's even better. All right. So let's do another one. This is 5.5 inches long, and I'm going to cut these at 1/4 of an inch this time. So 1/4 of an inch. This one makes it a little bit harder to handle for those of you who have fine motor issues, arthritis, things like that. So go 1/2 inch if you need that extra ability to maneuver things around. But if you can go 1/4 of an inch, these are really fun too. Put a little bit of glue on the end. And let me bring you guys in here. We're just gonna put those together so that they line up and you're making a tiny little square there, right here. Okay, so if you look real close, you're gonna make a little square right here. Okay, so once you get yours put together and they're lined up, I use wet glue because then I can jostle it around. You take the bottom one. I'm gonna lift it up so you can see. And you fold it. Ugh, my glue let go. My glue let loose. Hold on. Okay, take the bottom one and fold it up. And make sure that this side is lined up. Okay, and then the left one, fold it over. And then the top one, bring it down. The left one, bring it over. Thank you, Chris. I'm really excited that you're here today. And then you just keep going. Left to right, top to bottom. Oh, that was right to left, sorry. Left to right, bottom to top, and it's just gonna keep going. All right, until you start getting that little kind of look here. Okay. And then keep going for as tall as you want that to be. So like that's pretty tall right now. Maybe I wanna stop there. Maybe I just wanna keep going. It's totally up to you guys. I'm gonna cut these off now. So here, this is as far as I wanna go. So I'm just gonna cut it off on both sides here. And then that last, don't worry about how many pieces you have loose. Just lift up the very last one and put your glue there. Okay, you put your glue there, and then you just shut the door and squash it together and let that glue dry for a second. So my issue is I didn't bring enough stuff to wiggle and wobble. So I'm going to pull in another idea that I have here and my card base that I have sitting off to the side. And we're going to use some more. Oh, so anyway, this, I don't know if you missed it or not, but here's one of the wobbles, and that is the 1/4 inch. Here's another one of the wobbles. You can't even see that one move. It wobbles so fast. There we go. It's incredible. That's the 1/2 inch. We're doing the 1/4 inch right now. Here's my little 1/4 inch wobble. It's not very tall. You can make it a lot taller than that if you want. But we're going to make another one using Victoria Thatcher freebies. So victoriathatcher.com. There you go, victoriathatcher.com. And I'm going to make a wobble out of some of her freebies here. I'm going to cut this one down though. Okay. Oh, maybe we want to put a little pattern in the background. That'd be fun. I'm going to run this one through the... So this one is a Doris, and it's called Damask. We're going to use this one. Oh, and I'm wearing my Christmas jammies today only because all my other ones are in the wash. They have little Rudolphs and trees on them. Yeah, you totally could, Kathy. What a great idea. Thank you for sharing. Use these on the inside of the card so when they open up the card, it pops up and wobbles. Should we do that with this one? Totally gonna steal your idea. I'm scrap lifting. I'm scrap lifting, Kathy. Okay, put this one down. We're gonna create the outside first. I really like this. Let's cut this down. It says every day may not be good, but there is something good in every day. Hi, Cindy and Sheila and Michelle, Kathy and Teresa. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, so if I didn't say hello to you today, please don't be offended. I try to say hello to everybody that I can, and sometimes it's just things happen. Okay, so this one's going to go on the top. I'm sorry, I didn't bring you out. Why didn't somebody yell at me? Okay. So Kathy mentioned that we could put the wobbles on the inside, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Whoops, my tape just stuck. I wasn't being very careful. Okay. There we go. I'm going to put this on the outside, and then on the inside, I'm going to put the wobble. Okay, so cards can be real simple. Hello, I'm waving back. And then we're going to do a wobble, but you know what? Let's cut this one down too. We'll do pink on the inside as well. And you know what? Do we want to do this one? Yeah, we will do that. We'll send this one through as well. Thank you, Darla. I appreciate hearing that. Trevor says, by the time I'm able to craft again, I will have forgotten everything. Well, that's why this is all archived, so you can come back and check it out again anytime you need to. And fast forward through it. So here's a whole bunch of one of the sets of freebies that you can get from victoriathatcher.com. And there's just a lot of really, really cute ideas in here. Let's move these out of the way though. I'm running out of space. I always have so much going on in here. Which one do we want to wobble? That's what I'm looking at. Like, do we want to put something like this down and then put this one up and make that wobble? So that would be cute. Or do we want to put the heart up and make the heart wobble? You can actually go back and forth, not forward from where we're at because it's live, but you can go back and review something while we're live too. Cheers. Thank you so much, Sheila. I really appreciate that. Thanks, Darla. So I'm thinking this one, but let me know if you would like me to wobble a different one. I'm thinking this one. I think that would look really cute because this one would be up higher. Oh, somebody else said the little owls. The heart, the heart, the heart, the heart. The heart alone. The heart or the owls? Well, what if we put the owls in and we put the heart wobbling above them? That way we could put them both together. Okay, and so everyone's idea will be incorporated. We'll do it that way. And I'm going to leave a little space down here in case I want to write something. So put them down, and then we'll wobble the heart. So let's see if we can get this one done the right way this time. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here, and I'm going to put it onto the back of my heart. And I'm going to hold it down and give that glue some time to dry. Yeah, check her out, victoriathatcher.com. Incredible, incredible, fun things. Like, I have all these cut out because I cut them out by hand. You get it in a whole sheet. And I believe they're made for, like, planners and stuff. But, dude, I love making them on cards. And then the heart is going to go on here. So we're just going to add a little glue here. And then as I put it down, I want to put it down. I want to make sure that the heart is straight, and then I'm going to push down. It might not necessarily look straight when it's pushed down, but I want to make sure that when it pops up, it's straight. That's what I'm looking for. If it's not, I'm going to twist that just a little bit before the glue sets. That looks pretty good. Oh, moving always stinks, you guys. Yeah. So there we go. We have the heart in there. It totally wobbles. It wiggles and moves. And even if you're sending it to somebody who's like, I didn't know it was supposed to wobble, it creates a really cool dimension too. So we've got a little heart in between those little owls. Super cute. And then we can close the card. And we can still mail that. So let's use the Kathy Dunahee trick. If you have one of these Fisker trimmers that has this right here, that's about 1/4 of an inch. If your card and envelope can fit through there, which this one can totally easily, do you see that? This will mail in a regular envelope and it'll be fine. It has to be less than 1/4 of an inch. So we've got about 4 minutes left of this one, of this live stream here. I'm going to put a few things back where they belong. Now, if you still want to do the wire ones, go ahead and do the wire ones. I really, really feel like I will never do a wire one again now that I know how to do the ones that are just paper. Because for me, it's cost effective. It's faster, it's a better turnout, it's more sturdy. I'm just crazy about them. I hope that you guys are too. I hope that this really inspired you to make a lot more three-dimensional type interactive cards, because that was the whole point of this. And it's accessible to everyone because most crafters have paper. And I was going to put this back with the stuff that I had, but I can't find it. Yes, I can. Here it is. So once I cut out all these little pieces from one of these freebie sets, I cut them all out and I paper clip them together, and I keep them by my desk so that when I want to grab and do a project, I have some stuff laying around. These are the cards that we've done today. Oh, I almost forgot this one. We did a butterfly. And there was a little green guy. There he is. So this is one I originally started out with. And this is a wire one, and he wobbles, but trying to get the wire to stick down, I used a little bit of 3D foam tape, which, here's my roll of foam tape. Looks like this. It's not exactly the sturdiest if you want to use your red line tape. I also used my sticky tape, which still didn't hold it down the best, but that's how that one got held on. And it works okay, so that was a wire one. But the wire gets bendy and awkward, I think, at times. This one I made with a thicker wire. And that one has a little bit, but you see how now it's starting to turn? You see that? Instead of wobble, it's turning. It's because of the junky way I have it put on there. Like, I don't know, you'd really have to have some kind of awesome something to hold that wire down. I'm not sure how people do it, but the wire just isn't my favorite. It's okay. I don't really enjoy that. I'll probably take that one apart and redo it. But then we used the paper technique, which is the paper folding, and we did 1.5 inch. And that one has a lot of bounce, and it pushes down flat. And then we did one that we used 1/4 inch. And that one has a lot of spring. Woo, woo, woo. And then we used one with another 1/4 inch on the inside of this one for the heart. And that one wiggles. But the one that wiggles the most is this one with the bee. And I want to show you, do you see the difference in how many squares I did? So the smaller you can make it, and the taller you make it, the more bounce you're going to get for your buck. But if you're just going for a 3D effect, it really isn't going to make that much difference if that's all you're looking for is the lift. I really like the bee one. Oh, I'm crazy about it. The little googly eyes just make me laugh. And I really, really like this one. And this one's 1/2 inch and it's very tall. But that is really cool. Like, that's a really neat looking card. I'll probably add more to this one. But, oh no. How about making a double easel drawer card? Yeah, not a problem. Double easel drawer card. You just take the directions I did for the single drawer easel, make a second drawer, and just glue it underneath the first one. Cheers, guys. This was amazing fun. I apologize for all of the technical difficulties. You guys hung in there with me anyway, and we had a really good time making all of this wobbly stuff. I'm looking around to see, did I miss anything? No, this was everything that we did today. Totally fun. I love the bee too. Thank you for saying so. So, if you're wondering, how can I get a hold of you and get more inspiration and more ideas when you're not live streaming? And the answer to that is go over to Quality Crafts on Facebook and join us there. It's drama free, it's commitment free. Just let somebody know, either friend Kelly Lease, Esther Carver, or I, or Kathy Dunahee, although I'm not promoting Kathy Dunahee on that because right now she's focusing on healing. She's still doing the swaps for us. There's still a weekly challenge. This is the weekly challenge. Anytime you see me live stream on Sunday, this is the challenge for Sunday today through next Sunday, March 5th. And there's an album for you to post these in, and every 10 people we get to enter, we pull one random person for a prize. You don't have to be the best. You don't have to worry about what yours look like compared to someone else's because it's completely random. The point is that we're encouraging you, inspiring you to try new and different things every day. Spread yourself beyond what your tiny little box in your mind says you can do, because you can do it all. You are the artist. Everyone can be an artist. Everyone has access to paper to make these wobbles, and I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. It's going to be super cool. So join us at Quality Crafts. Come back here this week. No. Ooh, I'm glad I brought that up. Do not come back here for a live stream on Thursday, March 2nd, because it's my birthday. I'm going to take the day off and go out to dinner with my husband and do something fun and just relish in the fact that I don't have to do anything that day if I don't want to. So have an awesome week. I'll see you again on a live stream next Sunday from 2 to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I can't wait to see you guys next video.